Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're taking a close look at the fascinating 1982 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that many people overlook but that can be surprisingly valuable under the right conditions. We'll explore its history, design, minting details, rare errors, and the prices some collectors are willing to pay. Stay with us until the end. You might discover that a nickel sitting in your pocket or coin jar could be worth far more than 5 cents. This welcome note is designed to create curiosity and encourage viewers to keep watching. Top 5 first up. The 1982 Jefferson Nickel is one of the most interesting modern United States 5-cent coins that collectors regularly search for today. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary nickel that millions of Americans used in everyday transactions during the early 1980s. However, many collectors and coin hunters carefully examine 1982 nickels because certain high-grade examples, attractive uncirculated pieces, and rare error varieties can be worth far more than their face value. While most examples remain common, the possibility of finding valuable mint errors or exceptional mint state specimens keeps interest alive among both beginners and experienced numismatists. The year 1982 was a fascinating period in American coinage. The United States economy was facing inflation concerns, and the mint was producing large quantities of circulating coins to meet public demand. Because of this, millions of Jefferson nickels entered circulation, and many still survive today. Yet collectors know that condition is everything. A worn nickel may only be worth 5 cents, while a flawless example with outstanding strike quality and preservation can command substantial premiums in today's market. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design was introduced to honor America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, one of the nation's most influential founding fathers. Since its introduction, the Jefferson Nickel has remained a constant part of American commerce and has become one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. The 1982 Jefferson Nickel was produced during a challenging economic period in the United States. Inflation and recession concerns dominated headlines, unemployment rates were high, and the nation was experiencing significant financial changes. Despite these economic pressures, the U.S. Mint continued producing billions of coins for everyday use. The Denver Mint played an important role in supplying nickels to circulation, and the 1982 issue became one of the many coins that Americans carried in their pockets throughout the year. For collectors, the 1982 nickel represents an important part of the modern Jefferson Nickel series. While not considered a key date, it remains popular because many collectors build complete date and mint mark sets. High-grade examples can be surprisingly difficult to locate because nickels often suffer heavy contact marks during production, transportation, and circulation. As a result, collectors are willing to pay premiums for exceptional pieces that display sharp details and attractive surfaces. The obverse or front side of the 1982 Jefferson Nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left. The word Liberty appears to the right of Jefferson along with the date, 1982. The motto, In God We Trust, is positioned along the left side of the coin. This portrait was created by renowned sculptor and designer Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition in 1938. The reverse or backside displays Jefferson's famous Virginia home, Monticello. Above the building appears the word Monticello, while 5 cents and United States of America are displayed below. The national motto, EPLURIBUSUNUM, appears across the upper portion of the reverse. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. The edge is plain rather than reeded. This composition has remained standard for Jefferson nickels since the end of the wartime silver alloy years of World War II. The D mint mark found on the 1982 Jefferson nickel indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The mint mark appears on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait near the date. Coins produced at different mint facilities can vary in rarity and desirability. While the Denver Mint produced a large number of nickels in 1982, collectors still seek well-preserved examples. Mint marks help collectors identify where a coin was made and are an essential part of building complete collections. Since this coin carries the D mint mark, it is easily distinguishable from Philadelphia and San Francisco issues of the same year. Mintage numbers. The Denver Mint produced approximately 623.7 million Jefferson nickels in 1982. This enormous production figure makes the 1982 a very common date in circulated grades. Because so many were struck, collectors can still find examples in circulation, old coin jars, family collections, and dealer inventory. Although the mintage is high, locating coins with strong strikes, full details, and minimal contact marks becomes increasingly difficult at higher mint state grades. Therefore, while the date itself is common, superbly preserved examples can be considerably scarcer. In poor or heavily worn condition, a 1982 D Jefferson nickel is generally worth only its face value of 5 cents. Most circulated examples found in pocket change fall into this category. In average circulated condition, values typically range from 5 cents to around 50 cents depending on appearance and collector demand. Fine condition examples usually sell for around 25 cents to $1. Extremely fine specimens with limited wear may bring approximately $1 to $3. Attractive about uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars more. In mint state grades such as MS63 and MS64, values often range from a few dollars to around $15. Higher grades such as MS65 and MS66 can command significantly stronger prices because fewer coins survive in such pristine condition. Exceptional examples graded MS67 or better by major grading services have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. The highest quality registry set coins are especially sought after by advanced collectors competing for top-ranked collections. Auction prices fluctuate over time, and values depend heavily on grade, eye appeal, strike quality, and certification. Rare era varieties can sell for substantially more than standard examples. One reason collectors continue searching through rolls of 1982 D nickels is the possibility of finding mint errors. Double die varieties occasionally appear when the coin die receives multiple misaligned impressions during creation. These coins can show noticeable doubling in letters, numbers, or design elements. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not properly positioned during striking. Depending on the percentage off-center and whether the date remains visible, these errors can sell for meaningful premiums. Clipped planchets result when a portion of the metal blank is missing before striking. Such pieces are popular among error collectors because their unusual shape is immediately recognizable. Broad strikes occur when the collar fails to contain the coin during striking, producing a larger than normal appearance. Rotated die errors, where the front and back designs are misaligned, are also collectible. Die cracks can create raised lines across the coin's surface and are often saved by collectors. More dramatic examples known as cuds may bring higher premiums. Wrong planchet errors, though extremely rare, are among the most valuable possibilities because the nickel is struck on metal, intended for another denomination. The value of any error depends on visibility, rarity, condition, and collector demand. Minor errors may sell for a few dollars, while dramatic examples can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One exciting aspect of the 1982 D Jefferson nickel is that it can still be found today. Unlike many older collectible coins that disappeared from circulation long ago, this nickel remains common enough to appear in bank rolls, pocket change, coin jars, estate collections, and forgotten storage boxes. Coin roll hunters frequently search nickel rolls, hopping to discover high-grade examples or unusual mint errors. Estate sales and inherited collections can also yield surprisingly well-preserved pieces that have been stored for decades. While finding a rare variety is uncommon, it happens often enough to keep collectors searching. Before selling a 1982 D Jefferson nickel, collectors should carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Pay attention to wear, scratches, luster, and strike quality. Even small differences in condition can significantly affect value. Collectors should never clean their coins. Cleaning often damages the original surface and can drastically reduce value. Many beginners mistakenly believe that shiny coins are worth more, but professional collectors prefer original, untouched surfaces. If a coin appears unusually sharp, flawless, or displays a potential error, professional grading may be worthwhile. Reputable third-party grading services can authenticate the coin and assign a grade recognized by the marketplace. For long-term storage, use coin holders, archival flips, capsules, or albums designed specifically for coins. Proper storage helps prevent scratches, corrosion, and environmental damage. The 1982 D Jefferson nickel is not generally considered a major investment coin in ordinary circulated condition because of its enormous mintage. However, high-grade certified examples continue to attract registry collectors, and demand for top population coins remains strong. Interest in Jefferson Nickels has steadily grown over the years as collectors seek complete date and mint mark sets. Exceptional mint state examples and significant error varieties may continue appreciating because their supply is limited compared to the large number of ordinary circulated pieces. Investors should focus on quality rather than quantity. A single superb gem example often has greater long-term potential than hundreds of worn common pieces. Many collectors are surprised to learn that the Jefferson nickel has featured the same basic historical figure since 1938, making it one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. Another interesting fact is that nickels are among the most difficult modern coins to find in ultra-high grades because the hard metal composition often results in contact marks during production. The building shown on the reverse, Monticello, was designed by Thomas Jefferson himself. This makes the Jefferson nickel unique because it features both the person and one of his most famous architectural achievements. Even though over 623 million 1982 D nickels were struck, truly superb examples remain surprisingly difficult to find, proving that survival in top condition is often more important than original mintage. So what do you think about the 1982 D Jefferson nickel? At first glance it may look like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but as you've seen today, high-grade examples, rare mint errors and collector demand can make certain pieces much more valuable than most people expect. Before you spend your spare change, take a closer look at every nickel you find. You never know when a hidden treasure could be sitting in your pocket, coin jar, or family collection. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable error coins, and collector guides. And don't forget, check your coins today, because your next valuable find could be just one nickel away. Next up, the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel, officially known as the United States 5-cent coin, is a fascinating coin that many collectors still search for today. At first glance, it may appear to be an ordinary pocket change coin, but experienced collectors know that certain examples can be worth much more than their face value. The 1989 P. nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and represents another chapter in the long-running Jefferson Nickel series that began in 1938. While millions were produced, collectors remain interested because of high-grade examples, mint errors, and the challenge of assembling complete Jefferson nickel collections. Coins that appear common can become surprisingly valuable when found in exceptional condition or with unusual minting mistakes. This makes the 1989 P nickel a coin worth examining carefully before spending it. The Jefferson Nickel series was introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The new design honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. By 1989, the Jefferson nickel had already been circulating for more than 50 years and had become one of America's most recognizable coins. The year 1989 was a significant time in world history. The Cold War was nearing its end, the Berlin Wall would fall later that year, and technological innovation was accelerating around the globe. In the United States, President George H.W. Bush had recently entered office, and the nation was experiencing economic growth and major political changes. During this period, billions of coins were needed to support commerce, vending machines, transportation systems, and everyday transactions. The Philadelphia Mint continued producing large quantities of nickels to meet public demand. Although the 1989 P nickel was never intended to be a rare coin, it has gained attention among collectors because of its place within the Jefferson Nickel series. Collectors often seek one example from every year and mint, making the 1989 P an important piece in complete collections. In addition, high-grade specimens certified by professional grading services have become increasingly desirable because relatively few survive in near-perfect condition. The obverse or front of the 1989 P. Jefferson Nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The portrait was created by sculptor Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition in the late 1930s. Around Jefferson's portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1989. The mint mark P appears near the date, indicating production at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse or back displays Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. Above the building appears the word Monticello, while below are the inscriptions 5 cents and United States of America. The national motto, EPLURBUSUNUM, is positioned above Monticello. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The edge is plain rather than reeded. One notable feature of Jefferson Nickels is their durability, which comes from the copper-nickel alloy used in production. This composition has remained largely unchanged since the end of the wartime silver nickels produced during World War II. The P mint mark on the 1989 nickel indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. For many decades, Philadelphia-produced nickels carried no mint mark at all. However, beginning in 1980, the Philadelphia Mint started placing a P mint mark on Jefferson Nickels. Therefore, seeing a P on a 1989 nickel is completely normal and expected. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the United States. Because it often produces enormous quantities of circulating coinage, Philadelphia issues are usually common. However, mint location can still affect value when comparing production numbers and surviving high-grade examples. While the 1989 P is not considered a rare mint issue, exceptional specimens can command strong premiums among collectors. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 1.08 billion 1989 P Jefferson Nickels. This enormous production figure means the coin is considered very common in circulated grades. Most examples found in circulation today have little premium above face value. Despite the huge mintage, truly superb mint state coins are much harder to locate than many people realize. Coins that were carefully preserved immediately after leaving the mint and that remain free of significant marks, scratches, or weak strikes are much scarcer. Because collectors seek top-quality examples for registry sets, the highest-graded coins can become surprisingly valuable. The value of a 1989 P Jefferson nickel depends heavily on its condition and whether it contains any significant mint errors. A heavily worn example in poor condition is generally worth only 5 cents. Typical circulated examples usually sell for between 5 cents and 25 cents. Coins showing moderate wear and fine condition often bring around 25 cents to 50 cents. Extremely fine examples with only light wear may sell for around 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated coins that retain their original mint luster generally range from $1 to several dollars depending on quality. Mint state examples graded MS63 through MS65 commonly trade for a few dollars to around $20. As grades move higher, values increase dramatically. Coins certified MS66 or MS67 by major grading services can sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars. Superb gem examples with exceptional eye appeal and strong strikes have achieved auction prices reaching several $100s. The most valuable pieces are those combining outstanding preservation with premium certification grades. Market prices fluctuate over time, and collectors should always consult current auction records and price guides before buying or selling. Although the regular 1989 P nickel is common, error coins can be much more valuable. Collectors actively search for doubled dies, where portions of the design appear doubled because of issues during die creation. Off-center strikes are another desirable error, occurring when the coin is not properly centered during striking. Clipped planchets, where a section of the coin is missing due to a problem during blank production, also attract strong collector interest. Broad strikes occur when a coin is struck outside its retaining collar, producing a wider than normal appearance. Rotated dies, die cracks, and die breaks can create unusual visual effects that increase desirability. The most valuable errors are often wrong planchet strikes, where a nickel design is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Such mistakes are extremely rare and can command substantial premiums. The value of any error depends on its visibility, rarity, and condition. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1989 P nickel is that it can still be found in circulation today. Many people overlook nickels while searching pocket change because they assume the denomination holds little value. However, collectors continue finding attractive uncirculated examples in old coin rolls, family collections, estate sales, piggy banks, coin jars, and forgotten boxes stored in attics or basements. Because billions were produced, the chances of finding a regular 1989 P nickel remain relatively good. The real treasure hunt comes from locating an unusually well-preserved specimen or discovering a genuine mint error. These hidden gems occasionally appear in the most unexpected places. Before selling any 1989 P nickel, carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Look for strong details on Jefferson's hair, clear steps on Monticello, and any signs of unusual mint errors. Condition is one of the biggest factors affecting value, so even small differences in preservation can make a significant difference in price. Collectors should never clean their coins. Cleaning often damages the original surface and can reduce value substantially. Professional grading may be worthwhile for coins that appear exceptionally well preserved or show significant errors. Proper storage is also important. Using coin holders, albums, or protective capsules can help prevent scratches, discoloration, and environmental damage. The 1989 P Jefferson nickel is not generally considered a major investment coin in ordinary circulated grades because of its massive mintage. However, high-grade certified examples continue to attract collector demand. Registry set competition has encouraged collectors to pay premiums for the finest known specimens, particularly those with exceptional strikes and eye appeal. Demand for Jefferson Nickels remains strong because the series is affordable and widely collected. While no one should expect average examples to become extremely valuable, premium-grade coins and major eras may continue appreciating as collectors compete for the best surviving pieces. Long-term value growth is most likely among top certified examples. Many collectors do not realize that the Philadelphia Mint did not place mint marks on nickels for much of its history. The P on the 1989 nickel reflects a relatively modern change. Another interesting fact is that Felix Schlag's winning Jefferson design was modified by the Mint before production began, meaning the coins differ somewhat from his original competition entry. The Jefferson Nickel series is also one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. By the time the 1989 P nickel was struck, Americans had already been using Jefferson Nickels for more than half a century. Because the coin's composition contains both copper and nickel, it has proven remarkably durable in circulation compared with some other denominations. So the next time you find a 1989 P Jefferson nickel in your pocket change, don't dismiss it as just another 5-cent coin. While most examples are common, high-grade pieces and rare mint eras can be worth far more than face value. Take a closer look, check the condition, inspect it for unusual varieties, and you might discover a hidden collectible sitting right in your own collection. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable coin facts, and hidden treasure hunts. And before you leave, check your coin jars, old collections, and pocket change today. You never know what valuable coin might be waiting to be found. Next up, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable coin facts, and hidden treasure hunts. And before you leave, check your coin jars, old collections, and pocket change today. You never know what valuable coin might be waiting to be found. Next up, the 1980 P Jefferson nickel is one of the most recognizable United States 5-cent coins of the modern era. Produced at the famous United States Mint facility in Philadelphia, this coin was part of the long-running Jefferson Nickel series that began in 1938 and continues today. While millions of Americans use these nickels in everyday commerce, collectors have discovered that some 1980 P nickels can be worth far more than their face value depending on condition, strike quality, and the presence of rare mint eras. Many coin collectors search through rolls, pocket change, and old coin collections looking for high-grade examples of the 1980 P nickel because superb specimens are surprisingly difficult to find. Although the coin itself is common in circulated grades, the finest known examples and unusual era varieties can command impressive premiums. This combination of affordability, history, and the possibility of finding a valuable example makes the 1980 P Jefferson Nickel an exciting coin for both beginners and experienced numismatists. The Jefferson Nickel series was introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. The new design honored America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, one of the nation's most influential founding fathers. By 1980, the Jefferson Nickel had already been circulating for more than 4 decades and had become a familiar part of daily life throughout the United States. The year 1980 was an interesting period in American history. The nation was experiencing economic challenges including inflation, rising energy costs, and political change. Despite these issues, the U.S. Mint continued producing billions of coins to meet the needs of commerce. Nickels remained essential for vending machines, parking meters, public transportation, and everyday transactions. The 1980 P Jefferson nickel represents a transitional period before several significant changes occurred in U.S. coinage. Copper and nickel prices were increasing, causing discussions about the future cost of producing coins. Although the nickel retained its traditional composition, economic pressures during the late 1970s and early 1980s influenced many decisions regarding coin production. Collectors appreciate the 1980 P nickel because it represents a classic Jefferson design era. Unlike some older key-date nickels, this coin remains accessible and affordable, allowing new collectors to participate in the hobby while still searching for exceptional specimens and rare eras. The obverse or front of the 1980 P Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The design was created by renowned sculptor Felix Schlag, whose artwork won a national competition in 1938. Around the portrait appear the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1980. The reverse or back displays Jefferson's famous Virginia home, Monticello. Above the building appears the word Monticello, while below are the inscriptions 5 cents and United States of America. The motto EPLURBUSUNUM is also included. The coin consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The edge is smooth rather than reeded. One special feature of Jefferson Nickels is their durability, thanks to the hard copper-nickel alloy that resists wear better than many earlier coin compositions. The P mint mark on the 1980 P nickel indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint. This was historically significant because Philadelphia coins traditionally carried no mint mark. However, beginning in 1980, nickels struck in Philadelphia started displaying the P mint mark, making the 1980 P Jefferson nickel the first regular-issue Jefferson nickel to bear a Philadelphia mint mark. This change created lasting interest among collectors because it marked a new chapter in U.S. coinage history. The Philadelphia Mint produced enormous quantities of these nickels, so the mint mark itself does not make the coin rare. However, it remains historically important because it represents the first year of the Philadelphia Mint mark on circulating Jefferson Nickels. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 580,747,000 Jefferson Nickels in 1980. This enormous mintage means the coin is considered common in circulated condition. Millions entered circulation, and many survive today. As a result, most worn examples are worth only face value or a small premium. However, the story changes dramatically in high mint state grades. Coins that escaped circulation and retained exceptional luster, strong strikes, and minimal contact marks become much scarcer. This is why certified mint state examples can be worth significantly more than ordinary circulated pieces. The value of a 1980 P Jefferson nickel depends heavily on condition, eye appeal, and whether any mint errors are present. In poor condition, heavily worn examples are generally worth around 5 cents and are typically spent as regular currency. In circulated condition, most examples sell for approximately 10 cents to 50 cents, depending on appearance and collector demand. Fine condition coins often bring between 25 cents and $1 because they retain more detail than heavily worn examples. Extremely fine specimens typically sell for around $1 to $3 and show only moderate wear on the highest points. Uncirculated examples generally range from $2 to $15 depending on luster, strike quality, and preservation. Mint State 65 examples frequently trade between $15 and $40 in certified holders. Mint State 66 specimens may sell for $40 to $150 depending on market demand. Mint State 67 examples are considerably scarcer and can reach several $100s. The finest certified examples have sold for well over $1,000 at major auctions when exceptional quality and registry set competition were involved. Auction prices can fluctuate significantly depending on certification, eye appeal, and collector interest at the time of sale. The 1980 P Jefferson nickel is known for several collectible error types that can greatly increase value. Doubled die errors are among the most desirable. These occur when the design is impressed onto a die more than once in slightly different positions, creating visible doubling on letters, numbers, or design elements. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned during striking. Depending on the percentage of the off-center strike and whether the date remains visible, values can range from tens to hundreds of dollars. Clipped planchet errors happen when part of the metal blank is missing before striking. Genuine clips are popular with collectors and often command substantial premiums. Broad-struck nickels are produced when the retaining collar fails during striking, causing the coin to spread beyond normal dimensions. Rotated die errors occur when the obverse and reverse are not properly aligned. Significant rotations are collectible and can be worth far more than face value. Die cracks, cud errors, and retained cuds develop as minting dies wear and break. These varieties can create unusual raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Wrong planchet errors are among the rarest and most valuable. These occur when a nickel design is struck on a blank, intended for another denomination. Authentic examples can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the circumstances. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1980 P Jefferson nickel is that examples can still be found today. Many remain hidden in circulation: coin jars, piggy banks, old dresser drawers, estate collections, inherited coin accumulations, and unopened bank rolls. Because people often overlook nickels while searching for silver coins, valuable high-grade examples and error coins occasionally escape notice. Roll hunters frequently examine large quantities of nickels, hopping to discover exceptional specimens, rare varieties, or unusual mint errors. The possibility of finding a valuable coin, worth many times its face value, keeps collectors searching through ordinary change every day. Collector tips. Before selling a 1980p Jefferson nickel, carefully examine its condition under good lighting. Look for strong luster, minimal scratches, sharp details, and any unusual mint errors. Never clean the coin. Cleaning almost always reduces collector value because it damages the original surface. Even a gentle cleaning can leave hairline scratches that experienced collectors and grading services can easily detect. If you believe your coin is a rare error or an exceptionally high-grade example, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service. Certification can significantly increase buyer confidence and sometimes increase market value. Store valuable nickels in protective holders, coin flips, capsules, or albums designed for long-term preservation. Avoid exposure to moisture, extreme temperatures, and corrosive materials. The 1980p Jefferson nickel is not generally considered a rare coin in ordinary grades, but it offers interesting long-term potential in premium mint state conditions and rare error varieties. Demand for high-quality Jefferson Nickels remains strong among collectors, building complete date and mint collections and registry sets. As more top-grade examples are certified and collected permanently, truly outstanding pieces become increasingly difficult to obtain. While most circulated examples are unlikely to experience dramatic value growth, certified high-grade coins and major mint errors may continue attracting collector interest. As with many modern coins, rarity and top condition often matters more than overall mintage. A fascinating fact about the 1980p Jefferson nickel is that it was the first regular Jefferson nickel to display the Philadelphia P mint mark. For decades before 1980, Philadelphia-produced nickels carried no mint mark at all. Another interesting fact is that many people unknowingly spend collectible nickels because they rarely examine 5-cent coins closely. Valuable errors and premium condition pieces sometimes remain hidden in everyday change. The Jefferson nickel is also one of the longest-running coin designs in American history, making it a favorite series for collectors seeking a complete collection spanning many decades. The 1980p Jefferson nickel may look like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but as you've seen, its historical importance, first-year Philadelphia mint mark, collectible errors, and high-grade rarity make it far more interesting than most people realize. Whether you're searching through pocket change, bank rolls, inherited collections, or old coin jars, you never know when a valuable Jefferson nickel might appear. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, hidden treasure stories, coin values, and collecting tips. And before you leave, take a closer look at your nickels today. You might already have a collectible 1980p Jefferson nickel waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1998p Jefferson nickel is a modern United States 5-cent coin that many collectors still search for today. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary pocket change coin, but experienced coin hunters know that even common modern nickels can become surprisingly valuable under the right circumstances. The 1998p nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and carries the P mint mark, which is located on the obverse of the coin. While millions of these nickels were produced for circulation, collectors continue to examine them closely because high-grade examples, unusual mint errors, and well-preserved specimens can bring premiums far above face value. For YouTube viewers and beginner collectors, the 1998p nickel is an excellent example of how an everyday coin can become a collectible treasure when condition, rarity, and demand come together. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin was created to honor America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, and it has remained one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. By 1998, the Jefferson nickel had already been circulating for 60 years and had become a familiar part of American commerce. The year 1998 was an interesting period in American history. The United States economy was strong, the internet age was rapidly expanding, and Americans were entering the final years before the new millennium. During this time, billions of coins were needed to support daily transactions across the country. The Philadelphia Mint played a major role in meeting this demand by producing large quantities of nickels for circulation. Although the 1998p nickel is considered a modern issue, collectors appreciate it because it represents a specific era in US coinage before major design changes occurred in the early 2000s. Many collectors assemble complete Jefferson Nickel date and mint collections, and every year and mint combination is needed to complete those sets. As a result, the 1998 P remains an important coin within the long-running Jefferson Nickel series. The obverse or front of the 1998 P Jefferson Nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust" along the left side, "Liberty" and the date 1998 on the right side, along with the P mint mark indicating production at Philadelphia. The portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition in 1938. The reverse or back displays Jefferson's famous home, Monticello. Above the building appears the word EPLURBUSUNUM, while the building itself occupies the center of the design. Beneath Monticello appears the word MONTICLLO, followed by 5 cents and United States of America. This reverse design also originated from Felix Schlag's work. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a composition that has been used on Jefferson Nickels for decades. The coin weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Its edge is plain rather than reeded. One special feature of the Jefferson Nickel series is its long-lasting design consistency, allowing collectors to compare coins across many decades. The P mint mark on the 1998 Jefferson Nickel indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint. Prior to the 1980s, Philadelphia Nickels generally did not carry a mint mark, but modern issues include the P designation. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most historic mint facilities in the United States. Because it produces enormous numbers of circulating coins, Philadelphia issues are often common. However, rarity is not determined solely by mint location. Factors such as survival rates, condition rarity, and mint errors can make certain Philadelphia coins highly desirable despite large mintages. For the 1998 nickel, the P mint mark itself does not create rarity, but collectors still need the Philadelphia version to complete date and mint collections. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 896,268,000 Jefferson Nickels in 1998. This is an extremely large mintage by US coin standards. Because nearly 900 million pieces were produced, the 1998 P nickel is considered a common date coin in circulated grades. Most examples found in pocket change are worth only face value. However, finding coins with exceptional strike quality, original mint luster, and virtually nowhere becomes much more challenging. High-grade examples certified by professional grading services can be surprisingly valuable because relatively few survive in top mint state grades. The value of a 1998 P Jefferson nickel depends heavily on condition and whether any significant mint errors are present. In poor condition, heavily worn examples are generally worth face value, which is 5 cents. In normal circulated condition, most pieces trade for 5 to 25 cents among collectors. Fine condition examples usually bring around 25 cents to 50 cents. Extremely fine specimens may sell for 50 cents to $1 depending on eye appeal. Uncirculated examples are where collector interest begins to increase. Typical mint state coins may be worth $1 to $5. Coins graded MS65 can often sell for several dollars, while MS66 and MS67 examples may command significantly higher premiums. Exceptional registry quality specimens graded MS67 or better have sold for dozens or even hundreds of dollars because of their superior preservation and rarity in top grades. Auction records for the finest certified examples have reached several $100s. The highest prices are generally paid for coins with extraordinary grades, exceptional strike quality, or important mint errors. Market values fluctuate over time, and certified grades from major grading services greatly influence final selling prices. Although ordinary 1998 P nickels are common, collectors actively search for error coins. One of the most desirable possibilities is a doubled die variety, where parts of the design or lettering appear doubled due to a die-making issue. Genuine doubled dies can attract strong collector demand. Off-center strikes are another popular error. These occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned during striking, causing part of the design to be missing. Depending on the percentage off-center and whether the date remains visible, values can range from modest premiums to substantial collector prices. Clipped planchets are also sought after. These occur when a portion of the metal blank is missing before striking, creating a distinctive curved cutout on the coin. Broad strikes happen when the collar die fails to contain the coin during striking, resulting in a larger than normal appearance. Die cracks, cud errors, rotated dies, struck-through errors, and wrong planchet errors are additional possibilities. Wrong planchet examples are particularly exciting because they occur when a nickel design is struck on metal, intended for another denomination. Such pieces can command significant premiums if authenticated. Collectors should always verify unusual-looking coins because damage after leaving the mint is often mistaken for a genuine error. One reason the 1998 P nickel remains popular among coin roll hunters is that it can still be found in circulation. Many examples continue to appear in pocket change, coin jars, piggy banks, old dresser drawers, inherited collections, estate sales, and unopened bank rolls. While most discoveries will be ordinary coins worth face value, searching large quantities of nickels can occasionally reveal high-grade examples, interesting errors, or overlooked varieties. Some collectors have built valuable collections simply by examining circulation finds carefully. This possibility keeps the thrill alive for treasure hunters who enjoy searching through everyday coins. Before selling a 1998 P nickel, carefully inspect the coin under good lighting and magnification. Look for strong luster, minimal contact marks, and any unusual characteristics that could indicate a mint error. Condition is often the most important factor affecting value. Avoid cleaning the coin under any circumstances. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and significantly reduce collector value. Many beginners accidentally destroy potential premiums by polishing or scrubbing coins. If you believe your coin is unusually well preserved or may contain a valuable error, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Proper storage is also important. Use coin holders, flips, or archival quality albums to protect the coin from scratches, moisture, and environmental damage. The 1998 P Jefferson Nickel is not generally considered a major investment coin in ordinary circulated grades because of its enormous mintage. However, high-grade certified examples and significant error coins have stronger potential. Collector demand for top-quality Jefferson Nickels has remained steady because registry-set collectors compete for the finest known specimens. As populations of ultra-high-grade coins remain limited, premium examples may continue to attract strong interest. Investors and collectors should focus on quality rather than quantity. A single superb gem-grade example can be far more desirable than thousands of worn circulated pieces. The future value of any coin depends on collector demand, population reports, market trends, and overall interest in the Jefferson Nickel series. Many people spend 1998 P nickels every day without realizing they are handling a coin from the final years of the 20th century. The Jefferson Nickel design used in 1998 had already been in service for 6 decades, making it one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. Another interesting fact is that the coin's metal value has often approached or exceeded its face value over the years due to fluctuations in copper and nickel prices. The Philadelphia Mint produced nearly 900 million examples, meaning that if they were stacked together, the pile would reach incredible heights. Yet despite this huge production, finding a flawless specimen remains surprisingly difficult because most entered circulation and accumulated wear. So what do you think about the 1998 P Jefferson Nickel? At first it may seem like just another 5-cent coin, but as you've seen, condition, rarity, and mint errors can make a tremendous difference in value. The next time you receive change, open an old coin jar or search through a bankroll, take a closer look at every nickel you find. You never know when a high-grade specimen or valuable mint error might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, hidden treasures, and coin value guides. And don't forget to check your coins today. Your next valuable find could already be in your pocket. Next up, the 2000 D Jefferson Nickel is a modern United States 5-cent coin that was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the small d mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary pocket change coin, but many collectors actively search for this issue because it represents the beginning of a new millennium and can be surprisingly valuable in high grades or when found with rare mint errors. While millions of these nickels were produced, and most are worth only face value, certain examples with exceptional preservation, strong strikes, or unusual minting mistakes can command significant premiums in the coin market. For collectors, the excitement comes from the possibility that an ordinary-looking nickel could be hiding a collectible treasure. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had circulated throughout much of the early 20th century. The coin was designed to honor America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, and his famous Virginia home, Monticello. By the year 2000, the Jefferson Nickel had already been a familiar part of American commerce for more than 6 decades. The year 2000 was a particularly memorable time in American history. The nation was entering a new millennium, technology was advancing rapidly, and concerns about the Y2K computer issue had recently dominated headlines. The US economy was strong, and Americans were experiencing a period of growth and optimism. During this time, the United States Mint continued producing Jefferson Nickels for everyday circulation, ensuring that businesses and consumers had enough coinage for commerce. Although the 2000 Jefferson nickel was not a special commemorative issue, it has become an important date for modern coin collectors. Many collectors assemble complete Jefferson nickel sets, and every date and mint mark combination is needed to complete those collections. Because modern collectors often seek the finest known examples, high-grade 2000 nickels have gained attention over time. The obverse or front of the 2000 Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, whose winning design was selected in 1938. Around Jefferson's portrait appear the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2000. The mint mark D appears to the right of Jefferson. The reverse or back features Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. The reverse also includes the inscriptions EPLURBUSUNUM, MONTICLLO, 5 cents, and United States of America. This classic reverse design had been used for decades before being temporarily replaced during the Westward Journey nickel series beginning in 2004. The 2000 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. It features a plain edge rather than a reeded edge. The copper-nickel alloy provides durability, allowing many examples to survive decades of circulation. The D mint mark indicates that this nickel was produced at the United States Mint facility in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Mint has been one of the largest coin-producing facilities in the nation and regularly strikes billions of circulating coins. For Jefferson Nickels of this era, coins from Denver carry the D mint mark, while coins from Philadelphia generally have no mint mark. The mint mark helps collectors identify where a coin was produced and can influence rarity in certain years. For the 2000 issue, both Philadelphia and Denver produced large numbers of nickels, so the mint mark itself does not create major rarity. However, collectors still need both versions to complete date and mint collections. The Denver Mint produced approximately 518,916,000 Jefferson Nickels in 2000. This enormous production figure means the coin is very common in circulated grades. Millions were released into circulation, and many remain available today. Because of this high mintage, the 2000D is not considered a key date, semi-key date, or scarce issue. Instead, it is categorized as a common modern circulation coin. However, rarity changes dramatically when grade is considered. While average examples are plentiful, coins grading at the very highest mint state levels become much more difficult to find and can be worth substantial amounts. The value of a 2000D Jefferson nickel depends heavily on condition, eye appeal, strike quality, and whether any mint errors are present. A heavily worn example in poor condition is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. Most circulated examples found in pocket change also trade for face value or only a small premium. Coins in fine condition are usually worth around 10 to 25 cents to collectors who need an example for an album. Extremely fine specimens may sell for 25 cents to $1 depending on appearance. Uncirculated examples are where collector interest begins to increase. Typical mint state coins often sell for $1 to $5. High-grade specimens with strong luster and few marks can reach $10 to $30. Coins certified in very high grades such as MS66 or MS67 can command significantly higher premiums because finding nearly flawless examples becomes increasingly difficult. At the top end of the market, professionally graded examples with exceptional preservation have sold for hundreds of dollars. Registry set collectors compete for the finest known specimens, creating strong demand for top population coins. Auction prices vary over time, but the best certified examples have achieved several $100s when grading services recognize them as among the finest known. Although the standard 2000D Jefferson nickel is common, error coins can be much more valuable. Collectors should carefully inspect every example for unusual characteristics. Double die errors occur when design elements appear doubled due to misalignment during die creation. Depending on the strength of the doubling, these coins can be worth significantly more than normal examples. Off-center strikes happen when the blank planchet is not positioned correctly during striking. The value depends on how dramatic the misalignment is and whether the date remains visible. Clipped planchet errors occur when part of the metal blank is missing before striking, creating a curved missing section on the finished coin. These errors are highly collectible. Broad strike errors happen when a coin is struck outside its retaining collar, causing it to appear wider than normal and lacking a defined rim. Die crack errors can create raised lines across the coin's surface. Minor die cracks are common, but dramatic examples can attract collector interest. Rotated die errors occur when the front and back designs are not properly aligned. The more severe the rotation, the more collectible the coin becomes. Wrong planchet errors are among the most valuable possibilities. If a nickel was accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, its value could increase dramatically depending on authentication and rarity. One of the most exciting aspects of the 2000D Jefferson nickel is that examples can still be found in circulation. Because the coin is relatively modern and was produced in huge numbers, many remain mixed with everyday change. Collectors frequently discover them in bank rolls, old coin jars, inherited collections, estate sales, and forgotten boxes of coins. While most finds will be common examples worth only face value, searching through large quantities of nickels can sometimes reveal high-grade pieces or valuable mint errors. Many successful collectors have built impressive collections simply by examining circulation finds carefully. Before selling any 2000D Jefferson nickel, carefully examine its condition under good lighting. Check for original mint luster, strong details, and the absence of heavy scratches or damage. Even small differences in preservation can significantly affect value. Collectors should never clean coins. Cleaning often removes original surfaces and can drastically reduce collector value. A cleaned coin may look shinier to an inexperienced owner, but serious collectors generally prefer untouched original surfaces. If a coin appears unusually well preserved or displays a possible error, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. Authentication and grading can provide confidence to buyers and may increase marketability. Store coins in archival quality holders, flips, or albums designed specifically for coin collecting. Proper storage helps prevent environmental damage and preserves long-term value. The 2000D Jefferson nickel is not generally considered a major investment coin in average condition because of its enormous mintage. However, the finest known examples continue to attract registry set collectors who seek the highest graded coins available. Demand for top-quality modern coins has grown over the years, especially among collectors building competitive certified sets. While common circulated examples are unlikely to experience significant appreciation, exceptional mint state specimens and genuine mint errors may continue to increase in value as collectors compete for the best surviving examples. For investors, the key is quality rather than quantity. One superbly preserved certified coin may be worth far more than thousands of ordinary circulated examples. Many collectors do not realize that the 2000D Jefferson nickel was struck during the historic transition into a new millennium, making it a fascinating time capsule of American history. Another interesting fact is that the Jefferson nickel design used in 2000 would soon undergo temporary changes during the Westward Journey nickel program, making the traditional Monticello design part of the end of a long-running era. Despite being considered a common coin, high-grade examples can be surprisingly difficult to locate because nickels often receive numerous contact marks during production and transportation. This means that truly pristine examples are scarcer than the mintage numbers might suggest. The 2000D Jefferson nickel may look like just another 5-cent coin, but as you've learned today, there is much more to this piece than meets the eye. From its connection to the start of a new millennium to the possibility of valuable mint errors and high-grade treasures, this small coin continues to capture the attention of collectors across the country. Before you spend your spare change, take a closer look at every nickel you find. You never know when a hidden collectible might be sitting right in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, valuable era coin guides, and collector tips. Also, tell us in the comments whether you have ever found a 2000D Jefferson nickel, and don't forget to check your coins today because your next valuable find could be waiting right now.